Hello everybody and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Today we're gonna take a quick flight from the Toronto to the New York with this Airbus A320 NX airplane from fly-by-wire simulations. I'm also using it in development mode, so I have a latest update, and here building some storms, so we need to get to the sky as soon as possible, so let's get started. I'm already set the plane for the takeoff, and I will play today with the ATC.
Ground Airbus Alpha Sierra X-ray tree 20 with Gulf request taxi for takeoff departing straight out.
So we need to get a clearance for takeoff.
Airbus Alpha Sierra X-ray tree 20 taxi 2 and hold short of runway tree right via taxiway Alpha Mike Victor Bravo Delta. Contact tower on 118.35 when ready.
Taxiing hold short runway tree right using taxiway Alpha Mike Victor Bravo Delta Airbus tree 20.
And so we are cleared to taxi. Let's call for the pushback. In the previous week video I didn't have a pushback car for the pushback system, but now it's okay and it's working smooth and good and no problems with that. So let's turn on the beacon.
Flight attendants, arm doors, and cross-check.
So let's minimize this one. And engine mode to the starting position. We are ready for the pushback. And while we are pushing back, let's start the engine number 1. But you can also start the engine number 2 instead of 1, the first one. So it doesn't impact anything. And let's close this one. Now we need to just wait until the engine number 1 starts to rotation. The takeoff runway today will be 33 right from Toronto, and it will be almost a straight flight to the New York. And maybe you have a questions why I'm interesting spelling that word 3. I watched a Captain Joe video in the YouTube, and he said in the pilot's language they not spelling a 3 because ATC can make mistakes. The pilots are spelling 3. So that's interesting information for me also. And I think we are ready to make a slight left turn, and we will be almost straight to the taxiway. So looks like both engines are a good start. The engine mode selector comes to the normal position, and let's turn off the APU. Okay, let's set the parking brake and end of the pushback. And the pushback tag will disconnect of us. And while we wait, let's get the plane ready for the takeoff. And so we are reached the runway entry point, so let's make a quick call to ATC.
Tower Airbus Alpha Sierra X-ray tree 20 at runway tree right, ready for departure, departing straight out.
Airbus Alpha Sierra X-ray 320 QNH 29.90 wind 000 at 10. Departing straight out approved.
Please prepare for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff runway tree right.
Cleared for takeoff runway tree right, Airbus tree 20.
And looks like we are ready to go. And so we will use today of legs. So let's set the thrust. And takeoff. V1, rotate. Positive climb, gear up. On my joystick actually I can't set the climb speed. It's stuck. But I will try.
Airbus 320 leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
And also the ATC girl wants to talk. It's one on one time. As always. So let's maybe turn on the autopilot for the little help. And while we are flying, let's take out some system mistakes. And in the first place I will call to ATC that we are okay.
Tower Airbus Alpha Sierra X-ray tree 20 frequency change. Toronto approach Airbus Alpha Sierra X-ray tree 20 is type Airbus A320 NX miles northwest of Toronto 4,400 feet. Request clearance to transition Charlie airspace.
So with the ATC everything are okay. Now we need to turn on the TCAS. And now everything looking good. And let's call back ATC that we
Squawk tree 77
acknowledge the
Airbus
squawk
320.
code.
Airbus tree 20 radar contact 3 miles east of Charlie Yankee Bravo Mike 6,400 feet.
And looks like we are breaking out of the clouds. And now we could see some beautiful
Cleared through the Charlie airspace
sunrise.
Airbus 320.
And I have a problem with the MCDU. Actually, it's not a problem because I think it's specially given straight line from the runway, and when you reach a specific altitude from ATC, you manually change next waypoint in MCDU flight plan. I don't really know, but I think it is that. So I will do that today. I just fly direct to the next waypoint.
On 124.925. Good day.
Going to 124.925 Airbus 320. Toronto Center Airbus Alpha Sierra X-Ray 320 9,600 feet.
Airbus Alpha Sierra X-Ray 320, Toronto Center QNH 29.902. Continue as planned.
So all is done. So we can just relax and reach the cruise altitude and cruising to the New York. And everything are looking good. Also outside in the windows are beautiful sunrise. The systems are looking great. And we are still climbing to the flight level 390. And we can put our seats back, just relax and continue straight to the New York. And so, as we don't have any altitude points in the MCDU, I think I can make a calculations in the flypad. So there's a calculator. We will synchronize our altitude now, and we need to enter destination altitude which will be ILS altitude, and that is 2000. So put that in here, and here we can see we need to start descent at 116 nautical miles before the target. And now the distance to the runway is 214. So we need to look at which point we need to start the descent. And for this page I think we need a chart to fill the another information to runway heading, and also for the slopes, because I can't fill it now without a chart. And so, as you can see, we need to start the descent after that roadie point. Right after that, it's from the sim brief paperwork materials. So we will continue straight, and right after the roadie point we will start the descent. And so, MCDU are writing to us to put some info for the landing. So let's go to the performance page and let's write it down. And so, UNH will be 1015 in the New York. And the temperature will be 20. It's pretty cold there, because in Latvia we have now plus 30, and the wind will be 5 knots from the 70 grades. And the radio will be, like always, I put 200. So, and that's all for that one. And now I will put flight level 10 to start descent, and I will put it to open descent mode. And now we are ready to turn on the signs for the passengers, and I think we are done here.
From the flight deck, ladies and gentlemen, as you may have noticed, we have begun our initial descent down to our destination. Now would be a good time to wrap up any business you need to take care of as we prepare for our approach. If you are up, once you return to your seat, we ask that you remain seated till the aircraft arrives safely at the gate. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for arrival.
And now we will have a slight right turn over the New York City, and from there I think we will need to make final approach manually, because in the flight plan I didn't have much information how to make the final approach. There is just a straight line after the runway, and the runway is in the other side. I mean that landing runway. So I suppose we will need some help from the ATC now. And then we will have some more information about that.
Sierra X-ray 320 is type Airbus A320 5 miles east of 1 November Yankee 7 flight level 350. Request flight following.
Airbus Alpha Sierra X-ray 320 Boston Center. Squawk 4421.
Squawk 4421 Airbus 320.
Airbus 320 radar contact 4 miles northwest of Dutchess flight level 335.
Roger Airbus 320.
And they don't give actually the answers for my questions, but when we get almost above the runway, I will contact to the tower, and I think then we will have a clear vision what we will need to do. And now actually I can see that John F. Kennedy's airport in the list, so I can't make a contact with them. Yes, we need some more time to be closer to the airport, and then we will do that. And now we are almost reached that last turn until we have a straight line. So let's turn on ILS system to see how far is the airport. And I think they make especially that straight line in the flight plan to manage an airplane landings, because it's a busy airport. But I will not turn off the autopilot system, because I want to watch how the airplane operates in this situation, because the situation like this I have a first time. So let's try to make a contact with the tower. I think we are close enough to make it, but I don't see the Kennedy airport in this list. I think we just need to wait in this airport list until we will see that airport. It will be in any second. Actually, I hope it will be. We have a LaGuardia, but no John F. Kennedy. Interesting. And there it is, Kennedy International. So let's make a call.
Kennedy Tower Airbus Alpha Sierra X-Ray 320 is 19 miles northwest 11,400 feet with Sierra to land.
Airbus Alpha Sierra X-Ray 320 Kennedy Tower. QNH 29er on wind 086 at 7. Fly left downwind runway 4 left.
And we need a 4 left or the 4 right. I don't remember, just a moment. And it's a 4 left, everything are correct, so acknowledge.
Fly left traffic runway for left Airbus 320.
And so that's all. They don't give us a specific heading or something like that. Okay, then. First of all, let's turn on the lights. We have 10,000 feet and continue to descending. So let's set 2000. And the plane automatically starting a right turn. I didn't give up to autopilot a specific heading, and ILS are off. This is interesting. And now the plane are turning looks like 180 grades. What is that? Okay, I will give the plane heading that is parallel to the runway, and then I will make a 90 grades turn, and we will vector ourselves to the landing. I will try this one. And the weather are also helping us today. I don't see anything. So maybe I will change the speed because I think we are too fast in this moment, and then we will can start to pull out flaps, and also make heading correction. So altitude we have 8000, and everything are looking good for now. So my plan is now flying parallel to the landing runway, and then we will make a 90 grades turn to the left and grab an ILS and land the plane. I think it will be alright. And outside everything are dark and I can't see anything. So let's start to make that 90-degree turn, and it will be 90 degrees maybe from not exactly runway. 90 degrees, because I think I just started it too early, and I will give the plane more room for the ILS corrections. And also let's set the flaps one. And they're starting to rain. And we are moving very fast, so I can't make a flaps too. So let's make a heading correction. And the ATC are also very quiet. Then okay, let's do it. Let's turn on the localizer. let's also manage the speed. Localizer are captured. And maybe let's slow down the airplane with the altitude change. I will set it to 3000 because we have below the glide slope and we will have time to do this correction. And now we have a speed that we can set the flaps to. And the airplane starts again to accelerate. Okay then, now we are just waiting until the glide slope coming alive, then we will turn on the approach mode. Okay, approach mode is active, 3 green lights, so let's maybe make a contact with the tower, but looks like they don't want to talk with us for now. Okay, then we will continue to land. So let's manage manually the speed, because we are going down very fast. And I can't make a flaps 3. And I think we will use some speed brake in the last moment. So let's make a full speed brake. So we have from the ATC the landing clearance, and we are starting to land, but we are very high speed now. But okay. And the flaps are full, and I will try to land. And so let's look on the landing checklist. What we will need, the landing gear, of course, the landing gear.
1000.
And we are ready at the last moment. This is crazy. And okay, we have a 3 green lights for the landing gear. We are on the glide slope. 2 white, 2 red lights on the puppy lights. Let's turn off the autopilot. And we are start to land. So everything are looking good.
500.
A little bit too high. Let's make a small correction.
300. 200.
Crazy. But okay.
50. 30.
Retard.
Retard. 10.
And we are down. What is that?
5.
What was that? What?
Airbus 320
There was a
exit runway
pothole?
when able.
We lost something? Okay. Okay.
Kennedy Airport Information Sierra 1100 Zulu. Wind 09er tree at 8. Visibility 10 in heavy rain. Sky condition, ceiling 1,800 feet overcast. Temperature 2 tree. Dew point 10. QNH 29er decimal. Kennedy Airport. Airbus 320 exit runway
So
when
let's
able.
little bit talk with the ATC. We need to know where we need the taxi, what gate we
Airbus
have.
320 contact ground on 125.05.
So now we will contact with the ground.
125.05 for Airbus 320.
Let's turn off the landing lights. And we need a taxi to the gate.
Ground Airbus Alpha Sierra X-Ray Tree 20 request taxi to the gate.
So let's also clear the airplane. But the landing was crazy. I don't know what was that. There is some
Taxiing to gate Alpha 1
mistakes
using
with
taxiway Bravo
the
Golf Airbus
runway.
320.
I think it was from the game. It's not my fault. So let's turn also on the APU and taxi to the gate. But before that I must look if we lost something or not. That looks everything are okay. We have all heels, so everything are okay. And unfortunately we are stuck. Oh my god. Yeah, this flight are the craziest of all of my flights. At the end we are stuck on the side of the bridge. Very nice. So let's turn the reverse and maybe make something better in this situation. And yes, we did it. Let's turn everything off. So the lights are coming off. We have available external power, so we don't need an APU. Engines are coming off. And everything are looking great. And at this time we don't have a main screen. Yeah. The game today are pretty crazy things doing.
Right, that's over here first.
And And so this is the end of this crazy episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm also learned new stuff from the flight, so let's see you next time. Have a good holidays, weekend, and so thanks for watching and see you soon.